So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips, yeah. DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. listen my show. On the economy I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America, come listen my show. On the economy I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way. Adjust the habit. It's just a habit. Let me say good evening to you and thanks for joining me. As you heard in my promo song, the name is Damian Phillips. I'm your host and I'll be here for, let's see. It's supposed to be an hour, but like I said last week, for those of you who were here, I have been afforded whatever time I want. So I can go as long as I want, or I can go as short as I want. So it determines on what you guys want, right? So a lot has been in the news. A lot has been in the news, and we're going to talk. But this evening, I'm dubbing my show Simon Says. I'm dubbing my show Simon Says because last week I happened to hear several callers calling in to talk show and putting their observation on what Dr. Holness said. Derek, good evening to you. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. So if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'm asking you please to do so. It's simple. It won't cost you nothing to subscribe. It's just click the link. Also, click the notification. But I know a lot of people don't like notifications. So I don't want you to think that it's automatic. You have to click subscribe if you're clicking notification now. I really, 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 really want you guys to subscribe, like, and share the video. Also, comment. You will be surprised how far the comments go. So I'm trying a new thing tonight. I have the number right beside my name. Yeah. So feel free to save that number. That's also my WhatsApp number. So if you guys have information that you want to share with me, please don't call me 2 o'clock in the morning. I used to get that. I'm sleeping and I get phone calls asking if I'm live. No, I'm on 9 until 10 or 9 until you say when, Monday evening. All right. So if you're watching this Wednesday morning, 3 o'clock, I'm not live. Let me say good evening again to those of you who have logged on and tuned in or continued to listen from the big DJ Just Done Play over to my segment. You did not change the dial because we're live on radio. New York biggest, baddest Caribbean influence. Yeah, there's a lot of so-called Caribbean radios, but if you want that true Jamaican, by extension, the Caribbean vibe, you have to listen to VCR, Vibes Corner Radio. Yep, that's where it's at. Don't be fooled by the others purporting to be the Caribbean radio. All right, giving you guys some time to like and share the video because, like I said, tonight I'm dubbing it Simon Says because I had fun listening to Simon debunking. And when I say Simon, I'm talking about Simon Croskill, the veteran broadcaster of the Caribbean, well known for sport, but of in recent time, his thing is social commentary. And he's the first to tell you that he's not a journalist. So when people come and talk about journalists this and journalists that, he says, no, I'm not a journalist. Um, of course, I had to deal with his case last week because he called me, he described me a kind of way that kind of jarred me somewhat. However, he's a brother that can be balanced when he's ready, can be fair when he's ready. But I take it, I don't even know how to describe it. But when I hear the comrades call wanting him to support their rubbish, and when him just rubbish them and say, yo, that no make no sense. I'm laughing. I'm like, wow. Because we don't have a lot of people who can stand up to the PMP, stand up to comrades. You know, even nationwide that I listen from time to time. You guys know my disgust where when I listen to other radio stations and who are in support of the PNP and the British citizen that says that he wants to be the next prime minister, they call Dr. Michael, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness thief. He's robbing taxpayer money. He gave himself 300% raise. What else them say? And him friend them. And right now, the highest paid politician in the Caribbean is the British man. Yeah, he's the highest paid politician. More than doubling what the prime minister is getting as his salary. And I saw somebody said something on one of my posts on TikTok. Yes, guys, I'm on TikTok. DP something. I don't remember what it is now. Maybe I can look it up and tell you. But with that being said, let me pause to say thanks to Akeem and Blazer for being my guest last week. So it's at DP underscore live. That is where you can find me on TikTok. And somebody commented and said, listen, man, PNP is telling people lies that the prime minister gave himself 300. The sound is a bit low. All right, so maybe it's because it's loud in my ears, I mean in the studio. So let me bring down the studio volume and bring up the mic. Thank you, Derek. Let me know if that is sounding better because I want to make sure that I'm coming across well. So just comment and let me know if that's all right there. Because like I say, I was turning up my studio volume and turning down my microphone. So let me know. Why they keep on repeating these lies? I believe that if you don't have buyers, you won't have sellers. If you put something on the market and it seems like no one is interested, soon and very soon it won't be on the market anymore. Derek, let me know, man. I'm waiting on you to let me know if The mic is sounding better. Right? And I keep on saying it. If you put something on the market and it's sound alright to me. No one is interested. They are a set a little bit better. All right. Let me pump it up some more. You don't have if there is a large cross section of Jamaica who, and maybe it's not just Jamaica, maybe it's a worldwide thing. People just like to hear certain kind of news. It's attractive to them. And when I keep on saying, I hear people calling the PNP all kind of names and them this and them that and all of that. And no. What is happening now, they want to reach Garden House at any cost. They don't care. Still hollow. And just say it's still hollow. Why is it hollow? What hollow mean, bro? Is it well, somebody said it was too low. All right, let's do earphone and see what happens. So if I know that coming here and say how much I hate the Chinese, there are people that will jump on it and that is what they want to hear and it sounds perfect to me. Why it sound hollow? Good night, everyone on this platform. Good night, David. All right. So maybe the studio sound was feeding back into the microphone. So that is better, Mr. Andrew, sir. Anything you say, that going on. Anything you say, that go. All right. So some of the lies. They say crime is not going down. But then they're now saying, yeah, it is going down, but the government should not get any recognition or any praise for it. And I wonder why. If you guys know me, you know by now that I love analogy. So are you telling me that it's just a game the PNP playing? Yes, the sound is good now. What are your thoughts about Dr. Gale? I think he is embarrassing. Not it. Oh, let's go to that clip. Let's go to that clip as you said that, because yeah, the thing line up properly now. Oh, you know that was a part of my presentation this evening. Oh, you know that was part of my presentation this evening. So back to my analogy. So is it a case where when the players lose the game, we blame the coach? Sound is always good. Thank you. When the game is lost, we blame the coach. But when the team is winning, we praise the players. Even fire the coach. Make it make sense. So there are people who they're hell-bent on casting all kind of things on Jamaica. And somebody mentioned a name, and now I'm wondering if this person is one such. I'm wondering. Because I heard something this morning and I said, what? What? What is that?
Yes, man. You used to do something at school when your team and mash up a team.
Yeah.
Yes, man. All soup, man.
I said, what is that? So Haiti is reporting, or the UN is reporting, that Haiti has killed over 2,000 people since the start of the year.
680 people were killed in Haiti in the first 5 months of the year.
Wow.
Says the United Nations.
Things are step up.
All right, but we need to work that out. We need to work that out. You want us to just try and see what that homicide rate looks like, because sometimes, Jamaicans hear numbers and
Yep.
they turn idiot because it's just numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first, 2,680, we're going to multiply that by 2. That's equal to 5,670
for the year.
We're going to multiply that, right? We're going to multiply that, of course, by this population.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the population would be 11 million.
11 million. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Equals that, multiply by 100,000. That multiply by 100,000. It's exactly what I thought. It's just a teeny weeny bit above the average for Jamaica. It's 49.
Okay.
And we've been at 43 per 100,000 since the year 1000. You see, I tell people, don't let numbers trick you.
Yeah, man.
We sit here because remember, normally the homicide rate for Haiti is 21. Haiti is far more. Did I just say that? Am I going to really say that? Haiti is far more peaceful than Jamaica. Ouch. So in the midst of Haiti's
civil war,
they're just now slightly ahead
of Jamaica.
Not this year, because this year is a different year. But the average for Jamaica has been about 43.2 since the year 2000. And we're looking at a Haiti at 48.7. That's crazy. I know Jamaicans don't realize how violent they are.
Yeah.
And they like to jump up and cuss everybody. And me not go over there.
Yep.
It means that even now you can still go to Haiti once you don't go to that section and still be safer
than in Jamaica.
Yeah, we have a lot of work still to do. Thought I needed to calculate it for you because I know some people just hear the number 2,600. The population is over 11 million. And if I had worked this out correctly, it would actually be 46 point something because the population is slightly lower than what I have. All right. Masses of.
All right. So you heard that for yourself, right? You heard that for yourself. We can't make these things up. So instead we find a way, because there are some of them, I don't know their names now, or it's not coming to me, who I think one was on RJR sometime last week, or was it the week before, and saying, no, you can't take 1 year and say crime is going down. It need to be a study over a 3-year process. Now, sometimes I wonder if I simplify things too much. I see somebody say, see maths right away, Jamaicans don't like maths. No, I don't care what your because it is so instructive, where the same people who try to use numbers to confuse you it's just like what is happening now. PNP is walking around and telling a bunch of lies and talking about, it's all about the truth. Always speak. All of them who have them podcasts or them whatever they call it, their lives, is always telling the truth, even when they're lying through their teeth. They say it's the truth they're telling. Now, Dr. Gale, with due respect, yeah, me I one of the idiot them. Good evening, Jayla, how you doing? Where when I hear numbers, it stood out at me. Because if Jamaica was saying 2,000 odd, or UN was reporting that Jamaica have experienced 2,000 murder since the start of the year. Don't tell me about the population. I don't care about the population. You know why I don't care about the population number? Because a life is a life. So whether it's 30 million people or 2 million people or 3 million people or 2.8 or 11, I don't care about that. So don't come work out no scientific nothing or whatever and tell me about whatever. Because that was just to say, listen, people, don't listen to where them a report about we're down 42%. Because now ramp with the JLP, I remember one Saturday morning, I was listening to Styles FM. Styles FM, big up on yourself. We are wicked to ourselves because of bad mind. And Shaka Fame was on. And I hear him and him bash the Prime Minister and him bash the Prime Minister and him bash the Prime Minister. This must have been latter part of 2021 into 2022, somewhere near there. And I call in and I say, boss, I have a question for you. If Andrew only fix the economy and crime a morning, where the PMP I go campaign on? And he pretended like he was upset and cut me off 5 people on radio. So, depending on which PNP or which comrade you talk to, they say, yes, crime is down. And even the ones who say, I hear them all the while on radio, even the ones who say, yes, them happy say it's going down, they have to put a twist to it and say, I hope the numbers are factual. I hope the numbers are true. They can't just leave it at the numbers are falling. But I'm still going to, I'm happy that the numbers are falling, but me not resile from the point of me make years ago. And I don't care which government is in power. I don't think the crime stats is something that you should campaign on. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the JLP should not run with it and beat it every chance them get set. For the last 30 years, since we start recording, it's the lowest we are experiencing, 42% homicide rate down. Right? Beat it. We don't have a problem with that. But my thing is, and I've always maintained, how do we get into the minds and hearts of the wicked, evil doers? What is really the problem? Because I think there's a problem in Jamaica. Also, I can't help myself but thinking, and this is why I'm going to play a clip, because the PNP used to say, the government now no crime plan. When last one you hear them ask for a crime plan? And this was before the numbers start trending down. Me not hear them ask for no crime plan. So what? So how are we experiencing such a fall if the government didn't have a part to play in it? And how is it, Mr. Bunting? How is it okay for you to blame the government when crime is on a rise, but say, you know, who we should commend? We should commend the police force. Over 100 police stations have been either rehabilitated or new police station added. Now police can stop you, use the cell phone, check license to see if you're insured or licensed, or, and then, so there's a man, you know, now I call him name. But I hear when him don't want, when him hear when him don't want hear, in my case, turn you off, switch you off, cut you off or something. And I've heard him asking him own lawyer friend them, about this thing, because his thing is Jamaica should adopt what was happening in New York how many years ago, and they had to stop it, stop and frisk. I hear him several times calling for it. Jamaica need to start stop and frisk, and me I say, yo, I set you want to set up the government, you know. Set you want to set up JLP. Because if New York had it and they had to get rid of it, why you want Andrew? No man, wait till when PMP go in a power. Then you implement stop and frisk. Yep. Wait until then. Don't talk about no stop and frisk right now. And him ask several lawyers and they tell him that no, based on our constitution and blah blah blah, all of these things, we cannot do stop and frisk. But him want to stop and frisk. There's a number that keep on climbing, and I will continue to say it. These murderers now, it's like they make up their mind, say, listen, me no want to live for 30. So the Prime Minister on several occasions, and even that mere PMP them have a problem with. The Prime Minister say, if you don't want to meet a judge, you don't have a choice. If you do not want to meet a judge, then obviously you're up for meet your maker. This is what I'm talking about. How on earth can somebody in them right mind put forward a case, a nonsensical case?
This is not because of the JLP administration. It is in spite of them. In a statement Monday afternoon, Senator Fitzhenley says Senator Bunting's audacious attempt at spin is unbecoming. Senator Fitzhenley says the opposition spokesman is simply embarrassed that the PMP's repeated claim that the government does not have a crime plan is proving to be false.
Murders in Jamaica are down by over 44%. And even as the administration and the security forces continue to partner towards securing additional positive outcomes, there is this narrative being peddled by the opposition spokesman on security that the administration deserves no credit for the gains being made. That narrative is to be called out for what it is. It is disingenuous, dishonest, and unbecoming. A bit of data that is not quite widely known is that this administration of the Jamaica Labour Party has invested over $80 billion in national security. This compared to approximately $28 billion invested by the former administration. But we have done more than toss money at the problem.
Senator Fitzhenley says the passage of laws, including amendments to the Anti-Gang and Firearms Acts, along with other strategic policy initiatives, have contributed to the 44% decline in murders.
It is the Andrew Holness administration that tabled Plan Secure Jamaica in the Parliament, a first of its kind document. We have invested heavily in improving the intelligence capabilities of the security forces, significantly expanded the boots on the ground, the numbers in the JCF and the JDF, brought additional technologies to the crime fight, and we have critically passed strong laws, and we have given strong policy support to the security forces. They understand that when they come under fire from marauding gunmen, they have the support of the administration in protecting themselves and the Jamaican people in a decisive manner. Bunting can talk, but we know that the Jamaican people understand that good policies not only matter, they save lives.
He says Peter Bunting's attempt to discredit the Holness government's crime-fighting efforts is perverse.
What is most bizarre about the opposition spokesman's posture is that the perspective he advances is coming from a man who, when he was National Security Minister, murders increased cumulatively by 6%. And when murders spiraled out of control, he attended upon a platform and he sobbed that despite the best efforts of the PNP administration and the security forces, the statistics were poor. Bunting should be the last person to criticize an administration that has partnered with the security forces, supported the security forces, made the necessary strategic investments, and achieved an over 44% decline in murders.
Khaleesi Wright for Nation.
Thank you, Nationwide News Network. So I see a statement here and I like it, Marvin. If Haiti was so peaceful, why were all flights cancelled? Now, again, let's go back there. When you have somebody on national radio, we just heard it the other day that even the USA downgraded their travel advisory. So make it make sense. No, this is what I really want to know, Are there Jamaicans that hate Jamaica that bad? That even when there are things that we can talk about that is good and positive, they find a way and they try to make it seem as if it's because they're university graduate and because they have doctorate. So it makes sense. And I was laughing when him start talking, when him said the United Nations is reporting that since the start of the year, 2,000 people have been murdered. And Lyman say, it's getting bad. It's not going good. And then him say, hold on. And try to switch it back around. Trust me. A brethren that I enjoy listening to always say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. But there are people that can make numbers do what they want it to do. The man now is saying Haiti is barely above Jamaica. But you know, I find interesting. He talks about how much he works with certain kind of people. I don't remember how he phrased it. Some don't want to tell a lie because I don't want to get any lawsuits. But may I say, is it fair and right to have people working with, and I'm not, this is not attached. So, comma, pause, full stop, the whole works. Now, this is a question I'm asking. Is it right to have people working with criminals in Jamaica and not giving these information? And you're not lawyers, because we know that it is in the provision. The provision is made in law where if I was a murderer or a rapist and I have a lawyer, I can divulge all my deeds to my lawyer. And the lawyer have that lawyer confidence, client confidence, where he does not have to do. However, and I heard a lawyer say this last week. However, doctors don't have that privilege. So right now, there's a doctor that's supposed to be a part of a gang trial because it's reported that he was arrested for assisting a criminal gang, a criminal network. But lawyers can do that. So take them out of it. So yeah, tell me, say, you can't have somebody come on radio and talk to me, work with violence producers and I this and that and whatever. And these information aren't shared with the police, with the authority. And I said this and I mean it. Every single time when these foreigners fly into Jamaica and find criminal cars, when you see the video of them on YouTube, I think there must be a way where government can say to these people, all right, they say the next time you want to come back, and then I'm not going to tell them what to do with the information after that. But how can, it really bother me, how can this man in good faith sit and honestly say, and I'm not bashing Haiti, because we know that Haiti is in a crisis, but I am saying, when you are saying that our country is worse than Haiti, go on a Haiti go live, man. Yeah. In fact, he actually said, yeah, it's still safe to go to Haiti and live in Haiti. It's just certain parts you should stay away from. Now, this to me debunks the argument from this human rights lawyer who, every time that you hear that the government took a decision to repatriate Haitians, them have a problem. So, you can't say Jamaica is worse than Haiti, but the Haitians fleeing Haiti, when them come Jamaica, we must keep. Why should we keep them? So what if something bad happen? Who is going to be held responsible, Dr. Gale? Since we're not supposed to send them back. And you're coming with your fancy calculation telling us. So I guess it's just numbers for him. It's not lives. It's just numbers for him. Saturday morning, as such, man, upon radio that time. Yeah. My number is on the screen. You guys can call. No, I have a next clip where I did line up, but I not even know if I go play it. Where, I don't know, me glad this guy's on a way, and I know people who lecture at UWI, but me glad say me never got UWI, and I had nothing to do with UWI. Me glad say my son not even there in Jamaica for got UWI, based on some utterance from some people. Because I heard one the other day, go on the people in radio station, go say, yeah man, me know so that you don't want to hear. And I post it on TikTok and I mean it. Because I don't see why nationwide allow these people to come and diss them. And it's a trend. And I see I post it and most of the comrade them say, yes man, that sounds good. I saw a video today and the lady was saying, can we go back to the places where people rubbish stuff when you hear something that makes sense? But again, like I started out by saying, the appetite is ripe. But anyways, I think we have enough people now, so I can go to some of the clips. Because like I say, tonight I'm dubbing it Simon Says. So let's start fresh because we have some new people. So I was listening to a talk show. I don't remember if it was the morning show or later on in the day. And I heard this older gentleman, which him voice kind of sound one kind of funny way, and him say him make Melrose Road and da 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 and all kind of thing. Every day him talk the same. And he said the Prime Minister is sending a bad message or a wrong message, because how can you tell people to bury gun? I mean, I say, I can't, that don't make no sense. And I didn't hear it from myself because I don't have access to TVJ News. Right? I can't watch TVJ News. But me, I said, no, man. Dr. Holness wouldn't just say, just bury the gun and leave it at that. What is the context? Only if you hear more caller calling in. And when people text in and correct them and say, no, the Prime Minister didn't just say bury the gun. He add to it. Them not hear that. Let's listen to what Simon had to say.
I was told that I am biased, so I shouldn't talk about it. But I think I am a Jamaican, so I have to really talk about this issue. Because this issue is very important to me, and I know it's important to well-thinking Jamaicans in the society. Because if we have a Prime Minister who is a Minister of Defense, and that person made speech that is compromising, then we have to look at it and wait and ask questions about it also. And that's what I'm doing. Because last week, Sunday night, the Prime Minister was at a particular spot. In a political meeting, he was talking to his supporters. And, he was saying to his supporters that if any of them are in crime, so to speak, they must get out of it. And they must bury the guns. That's what he said, Bury the guns or turn it over to the authority. Listen to me carefully. Bury the guns or turn it over to the authority. Mm-hmm. I was talking to somebody and the person was saying to me that the Prime Minister corrected, so I should make a bones about it. But maybe it was my reporting that allowed a person to think that way, because I didn't tell the person that the Prime Minister said bury the guns or. I didn't use the word "are," so maybe he thought that the Prime Minister will correct it. But for me, he didn't correct it, because if you said to your supporters, bury the guns or turn it over to the authority, that means he's giving them two choices. One, either you bury the gun, or secondly, or you turn it over to the authority. And I was saying to myself that, for him to go to that length and didn't say, you know what, take it to the authority. But he could come around and he said, all right, or take it to the authority. Why didn't he say, you know what, I'm sorry, I make a wrong speech. Don't bury the guns. Take it to the authority.
You have me at a disadvantage because I didn't hear him, but I'm going to take you for your word that that's what he said. However, did he mean literally bury the gun, as if to say bury it and bring it up when you really need it? Is that what you're suggesting?
Listen, I think that's what he said, because that's exactly what he said. Now, listen to me. If you said R, he said
no. I heard you. I understand the whole language situation.
So you have two choices there. Either you bury the gun or you take it to the authority.
Right. I you know how I would read that coming from a Prime Minister. I would, and I may be a little naive. I would read that to say either get rid of them or hand them in, but stop use them. I would. Was there a follow-up statement that says do this, do that, or and stop use them?
No, he didn't. He said.
So you want to suggest that the Prime Minister is telling them to put up the gun until they need it?
Because Simon, if you would tell a person to bury the guns, or you have two choices there. Either you bury the guns or you take it to the police.
I think you're being a little pedantic as to what maybe he actually meant.
Let me tell you something, Simon.
Yeah.
I am 55 years old.
Yeah.
I have been a long time on this earth. I studied both political parties, and I'm saying to Jamaica that wasn't a good statement. And
No,
even
no,
though
I wouldn't disagree with you that maybe he misspoke in that regard. But
and,
I
and, and
don't know that I would reach the conclusion, despite the fact that you are 55 and you haven't been on this earth for that long, that what you extrapolate from that is that the Prime Minister is saying, bury the guns until you need them or hand them in.
Simon,
I'm not, I'm giving you your point of view, and I'm just saying I don't
yeah, man,
agree with
I
that
understand.
point.
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
I certainly hope not.
well, for me, I think he should come out and apologize, because the same way he could have paused and then he said, or he could have said, you know what? All right, don't bury the gun. I'm sorry about that. Take them to the police. But he said, bury the guns are. So he giving two options right there. Two options. That is clear, plain as day. That is plain as day. Well, if he comes out and say, boy, you know what? I didn't mean what I said. Then yes. I can understand it.
Well, maybe nobody challenged him. There. Maybe nobody challenged him.
Exactly.
Because maybe nobody read it the way you are reading it.
What I do, Simon, I listen very carefully.
Yes.
On stations, I will be listening RGR now, and then I switch, and we go to Nationwide, and I will switch, and I go to IFM.
Yes.
I monitor the news, and I listen very carefully before I make a statement. And I'm saying to the nation, that statement the Prime Minister made, it was a very dangerous statement, because he said, so he's giving the person them two options. I remember he was talking to his political party. He said, if any of you here are involved in crime, bury the guns or take it to the authority. So you have two options right there. So what if the person then that are listening as a supporter say, all right, you're a Prime Minister say, bury the gun them or take it to the police. What we do? I must bury them. So we're going to want them to look more. It's a very dangerous statement. And I'm not going to stop saying that. It's very dangerous, Simon. Very dangerous.
No, I agree, Assuming that that's what he said. It can be interpreted that he's saying put down the guns under the earth until we need them. But then why would you go or?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, because but why would he then say or take them in?
Because he's giving two options. Plain English language. He's giving two options. He said, bury the guns, and he paused.
Actually, I think hold on.
Or take it to the police.
His quote is, put down them things there. Bury the gun, or better yet, turn it in. Now, that is an entirely different thing to what you are saying.
That's a different thing there. Yes. I didn't hear that part.
Oh, well, there you go. You see?
Right? I didn't hear him.
Listen how long he went on, but you never hear that part. His comrades hear what they want to hear.
Or better yet.
Him not hear that,
or
Simon.
Better yet. So when I hear that, I am suggesting to you that he is saying, bury those guns, bury the hatchet, get it out of your possession. Put on them something there. Stop the crime. I think he's speaking a language that most people will understand, Anthony.
That's not what I heard him say.
I know you didn't hear that, but the fact that you didn't hear it don't make it so.
I didn't hear that at all. Yes. I was listening carefully.
Yes.
And it's RGR carried the news.
Yes.
And what I heard, the Prime Minister was...
All right, I heard that already, but we have to move on. But I hear you, and I would have been equally concerned if it was about bury the guns or just carry them in. But the quote is slightly different to the one that you gave us.
What I already said.
Yes. All right, we'll leave it there, Anthony. Gone well past the 5 minutes. But as I say, when I interject, I will try and give back the listener his or her time. Here we go.
You're listening to...
So, bury the guns.
34.
Bury the guns. You heard how Anthony, that's his name. He went on and on and on and on and on. And when the quote was mentioned, what him say? Him say, never hear that. And then him say, is RGR me hear it pun? It's RGR News. So that was supposed to say, okay. The next thing, which nowadays when everybody can edit, I'm wondering why some people have a problem. I'm not even adding the AI part of it. Why people have a problem when them hear something, them just say, yo, that. It must be that. It couldn't be nothing else. So
I hear people say, put down the gun. That never means put down the gun and take it up when you're ready. It means put down the gun. Abandon the use of the gun is what the man is saying.
Like I said, this segment is called Simon Says.
Otherwise, as somebody is suggesting that it's mischievous. And when Anthony say, I listen carefully, I listen RJ, I listen nationwide, I listen everybody. And I hear the man say, put down the guns or leaving out or better yet, which again is a part of language that you have to have in. I just think put on a gun is the argument. That is the bottom line. Put on a gun.
But and I'm more sure.
So of course, no PMP now go challenge him, because they know that Simon is a no nonsense man. So they will go and they try to rough up Jody, and they try to rough up Kemroy, but them now go come and they try it. There's a clip here. I'm trying to find it because somebody takes Simon and basically one kind of disrespect.
You used to do something at school.
And Simon get under them skin. Me say, yes. Dead me there, dead with laugh, Dead me, I dead with laugh. Because Simon made it known that, listen, I'm not going to be like some where me say certain things or vote. That's what Simon say. He's not going to just vote because somebody wear clocks or because somebody wear kangal. I'm not doing it. Simon, which one is it? I had the clip line up. Oh my goodness. Please forgive me, people. This one slipped me. It did not get transferred over. But there was one clip that Simon was really annoyed. And I want to find it because I found it interesting.
Okay.
I found it very, very, very interesting.
1,000.
Which one is it? This one. So if you're just joining,
Something to hurt back the PNP. Look at the Dennis Chung song.
Please like and share.
To hit back the attorney.
Please like and share and subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
With you. So I found the clip.
Let's go from here.
And our other listeners, this is what the Prime Minister had to say, which Anthony referred to, leaving out an important part that he said he didn't hear. Have a listen.
Put on them things there. Bury the gun. Or better yet, turn it in. And I say this seriously because some people take it to joke. The security apparatus of the country today is far more sophisticated than it has ever been in the history of Jamaica.
So that's what he said. Or better yet, hand them in. There it is there, clear as the bell for everybody to hear. So,
like I said, this segment is called Simon Says. He used to
and even then, I could accept where you would say, forget the bury the gun part. Him should just say, turn them in. But I understand. I think the point he's making is whatever you do, get rid of the gun. Now we have a past and we have a history of guns being buried for later use. We know that. And so, I think the Prime Minister maybe should have been more specific. But I don't think he was saying bury the gun or hand them in, or better yet. His ultimate aim is better yet, hand those guns in. Driver, that's not going to happen. I can remember a gentleman called Charlie Mattress had over 50 kids. Yes. That's from Kenneth. Spent too much time on the mattress. Easy dig up those guns when they want. Watch and see who they will replace the Auditor General with. Has the Integrity Commission published the $30 million report that many Jamaicans have been asking for instead of providing crack?
All right. So I play more than one clip there. That's not what I want to do. So let me stop that one. So like I say, something else, an observation that I have. Simon did exactly what I've heard other places, and Simon is one of them that is beating George bad. George from Nationwide. Beating him wicked. Because when we hear something, and I'm glad that Simon woke up on the right side, not the wrong, the right side that morning. So he could tell them straight up, say, it's foolishness to not talk. Although, I think he allowed Anthony to go on too long. Yeah, I really believe that he allowed Anthony to go on too long. Because the man was repeating the same rubbish that what him hear, and him hear upon RJR, and him this and that.
Easily dig up back those guns when they want it. Has the Integrity Commission published a $30 million report that...
Well, listen to excuse, because orange blood is just orange blood.
We need to know.
Simon don't think we need to know.
I don't know if we really need to know, because the argument was that in formulating its conclusions, particularly as it related to the Prime Minister's declarations, that report was used in reaching a conclusion. So it may well be splitting hairs, but I understand the need for that. The caller is dishonest. If I say put away the guns, is it suggesting that I should take up the guns when I need it? The caller is talking garbage. When Mark Golding said get busy upon them, what did he mean? Well, you're not going to ask Mark Golding, and he didn't say get busy on them. He said get wicked on them. But let's not pretend that we don't understand language. So get wicked on them doesn't mean go get violent on them with the argument. This is why we are where we are, you know. It is this type of discussion that I don't know if it formulates people's opinion when they are going to vote, which is probably why we don't vote on issues like corruption and health and transport and those things. But could that really be? No, sir. Me trying to find the skeleton, okay, in the closet. Bury the hatchet, caller. No, I don't think that's what he meant either. Skate on the toll, caller, you don't know slang, you don't know his audience, you don't know what bury means. His little 55 years makes him an expert. And this one, just before I go to Herbert. Simon, thank goodness for your fact check with Anthony. Sometimes I wonder if callers are just mischievous. It's interesting. He listens and he heard and he thinks what he hears. And let me go pedantic with him. Equally, if I bury something, why Anthony feels like I can just do so, I can't do so permanently and not go dig it up back. Isn't that his interpretation too? Boy, oh boy, politics just turn us into fools. Alas, that is the truth. Herbert, good afternoon.
Yeah, so there's a clip I'm trying to find, but I'm not finding it. But it was when somebody messaged Simon and basically saying that, and can I just can bear with me because I need to find it. I need to find the clip. Simon is taking up 4.
And we have a history. Easily dig up back. Evidently, the Prime Minister, it is the Governor General who appoints the new commissioners to the Integrity Commission. For what that's worth, you know, I really wish we could get this constitutional reform underway and do
It's
what
not that one.
Anthony is saying. But if I said to you, put on a gun then, what do you think I mean? I mean to stop using the gun, to settle arguments, to do this, to do that. Put on the gun. Bury the gun may be an unfortunate phrase, but I am sure his audience was well aware of what he was speaking. Brethren, you are so naive and
This is it.
ridiculously stupid.
This
That's
is it.
from Jaden. Thank you very much.
Get him, Simon. Hit him.
Can you
Stick
say
him.
more about how he came to have 108
Stick him.
children?
Stick him, Simon. Stick him. Stick him.
Abdulaziz
Stick him.
Abdul Rahman.
So this person is saying Simon should not be naive.
Which contributed to him having a large family with 45 sons and many daughters, totaling around 100.
Happy belated Father's Day, by the way.
Yes, that's understandable if you have 22 wives. We don't kind of allow that here in Jamaica. That would be regarded as bigamy. However, in Islam, you're allowed more than one wife.
It's not that one.
Anthony. Bury the gun means dig a hole, hide the gun from the police, Simon. Don't defend
This is it.
Prime Minister.
I promise this is it. Stick him, Simon.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with y'all.
Stick him.
I don't really think that's what he meant.
Stick him.
Listen, only think of the smarter than everybody else, right? Including the Prime Minister and me and everybody else. I do have a problem with that. However, I don't think the Prime Minister is silly enough to invite this kind of conversation by advising his supporters to bury the gun, go get it when we need it, on a platform. That don't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. It is too easy to attack, as Anthony did and some of you are doing, including Jaden. But here's the kicker. If the leader of the opposition had said it, you, the supporters of the PNP, would have said, no, that's not what they mean. And that is the ridiculousness of our political tribal divide. You find dopey when a dopey no exists, except when it suits you. Now, I may be naive and stupid, but I'm not tribal. I am not dyed in the wool, particularly when I don't get any benefit and I live in a shack that has not been provided or improved on by the same political directorate that you lick their boots. So you can all interpret it the way you want to interpret it, and I will interpret it the way I do. But I will say this, my interpretation is not based on, one, a dislike for the Prime Minister or the JLP or their supporters. Mine is based on what I think the gentleman was trying to say. And I will vote on the issues. And I will vote for the party I think best represents my aspirations and what I hope for this country. It won't be because somebody either misspoke, or because them wear Clarks, or because them wear a Kangol hat, or any of those superficial, stupid things that have determined the outcome of elections, that has left us trailing our Caribbean brothers and sisters who are far more educated intellectually and politically than we are. But you know, go on, carry out the message. Carry out the foolish support for the party, irrespective of what they are saying or doing.
I see one comment saying you're not hearing Simon clearly. I do apologize for that. I don't know why, because it's loud and clear in my ears. But in basically, I put them in them place. Yeah, that's what he did. Put them in them place. Because, as him rightfully say, and I'm wondering, because maybe speeches like these, why such man did go Connecticut go say, oh, the media sell out and all of that. But back to the point I was making before I get to that, because I won't forget this. When George call out certain things, I hear Simon squealing that, oh, him can't believe when media come to this and when it is a journalist point of view to be carrying the government. That is how PMP is viewing you now, Simon. When you deal with Anthony the way you did, when he tried, because TT was one of them. Him first, me call him. TT first, me did hear call in and I say, see, I'm disappointed, and when I tell you, no say he's not my prime minister, who no vex when me say it. Who no vex when me say TT, he's not my prime minister or whatever. But how him fi come tell people about Berry Gun? And tell the truth. Look how much time we hear them a tell the bike man them say stop ride fast and fi use helmet and whatever. Who is listening to them? So even if, and call me apologist or whatever you want to call me, right? Even if Dr. Holness had said bury the guns, what would be so bad? What would be so bad? But they hear what they want to hear, and I'm glad it has been recorded. This is not no AI generated. This brother Carl and him went on and on and on saying, oh, it is wrong, and people are saying feel low it, but him not low it. And I realize that this freedom of expression, where everybody have a phone, everybody have a recording device, everybody can go live. And there are talk shows who allow people to come on and say anything they feel for say. See, one politician say what him feel for say the other day about people and money. And right now, he must have got tweet, twep. Yeah. Tell such man like up the live because we know he's here. Speaking of which, somebody sent me a clip Saturday morning at Blazer. I saw you a while ago, Blazer. I saw you peeping, Blazer. Shaka Fame want to talk to you, Blazer, because that clip, like I see if I can find it on TikTok. This clip last week, and I told people, I said, listen, I have the eyes and ears to spot talents. I know this was gonna go big. Over 22,000 views.
Oh my God. Hear what Portland is saying about Isaac.
Man, grab it at a straw. You understand?
Thank you, Blazer.
This
was last week.
I believe Isaac was a good candidate to represent Portland.
Based on
but
what?
Him don't understand Portland as yet. So him no win
This
the
is
people
giving them running belly.
And if Portland vote out Portland is an ungrateful set of people and members and me born in a PNP yard.
Blazer, can I cut this and put it on TikTok?
If you want to.
I will be doing that.
Yeah, I'm just a call a spade a spade.
So, Blazer, let me tell you, sir, I got the message. I don't know if you got it, but I got the message that you should call Shaka Fame because he wants you to elaborate. Because as come to him, all Anne-Marie do is dance pan road. That's all she do. Dance pan road. She not do nothing else. And I said it to some people who live in America here. And they say, but hold on. So where the previous MP they made a do? No, sir. Anne-Marie can't lose. That is the... So I think, maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to take a visit to Portland and test the ground for myself because I don't know. But more of Simon says, wanna stay with me? I have 2 more pieces of clips to play.
One mistake. We are animals. Remember, we are only 2 living organisms.
Yes, but we are not. We're not the lower class. We're not the lowest.
Simon was on a ball, rubbishing the comrades last Friday. Big up yourself, Simon. Let's drink.
The party of ideology, yeah?
Yes.
And land reparation.
Yes.
Is something that I believe in.
Yes, but I don't know that party has done enough to fulfill that ideology.
We have maybe not done enough, but we have done the most. And you said it right. Operation Pride was a part of getting lands to Jamaicans.
Yes.
And thousands of Jamaicans got land from Operation Pride. No other project.
Well, we ended up screwing it up.
Hit him, Simon.
I could not agree with that.
Stick him, Simon. Stick him.
Some things went wrong.
Yes.
But it was not screwed up. The amount of people have them own land and house for them own land.
How many people benefited?
maybe over 50,000.
Okay.
In Portland, right, just the top side where me live, there's a piece called Norwich Heights with over 400 lots.
I thought you live in Portland.
It's Portland we live.
Oh, I thought you said Portmore. Yes, go ahead.
No, man, Portland. And then there is Fair Real Estate with another 300 lots that people got. And now you ask about the manifesto. It is in the policy.
Yeah.
The party leader and his budget presentation.
Nanny state, Simon, nanny state.
When we get in and build 50,000 houses, the land aspect of it going through housing trust, you will not pay for it.
Yes.
So if the house normally costs 14 million and the land is 3 million, you'll only pay 11 million.
Right. Hold the line for me, Colin. Hold the line.
So, you hear one of them now making a promise. I was going to cut that clip to him. I said no. Because I heard Dr. Gill started out by saying that is not possible. The PNP is now promising, and I was about to say idiots, but Jamaicans are not idiots. They think you guys are idiots. Them think the voting popular. Them think you're not fool. And anything them just throw it there and say them are going to do this. You're going to just run and grab it up. Yeah. You want to just run and grab it up. So the man say, the next PNP administration is going to make every child in Jamaica literate. Now, remember, say, children stop at 18, you know. How possible is it to make every... I don't know. I think the PNP... I wonder if they take people for fool or them fool, and I don't know how to say it. Me not even know how to word it. Because you're going to tell me, and this is what I look at, you know. Every single thing that the PNP did not do when they were in government, I mean, not even talk about the 18 years, because they don't like to hear it. Whenever you bring up 18 years is a problem, they don't like to hear about 18 years. So let's leave that alone. But I love use analogy. And I was thinking, so Jamaica, I'm talking to you now, because people tell me say me no vote, which me don't know how them know that. That them tell me on TikTok, say me and Blaze and Akeem no vote. And that's my comment on TikTok and say. Right? But don't let them know wiser. Jamaica is a woman, right? And you have a baby daddy. You have a baby daddy. And him dish your dirt. And either you left him or him left or whichever one. But now, he want you back. And he might tell you, say, me I go do everything for you what me never did do. But you have a man in your life now, you know, where he no get everything right. But things are better. Even your people, them are foreign. See you on TikTok and on Instagram and Facebook, and I say, Jamaica, you look nice, man. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. And then this man now want you back and tell you, say, the man who in your life now do nothing for you. So give me back a chance. And everything when me never do. The pitney when me never put in a me name, the one me used to cuss as a jacket. Me I go take him now. And me I go do this and me I go do that and me I go ray. Yeah. I like that. David Crawford say, yeah. So make it make sense. And Jamaica, I am talking to you. What would you choose? Would you choose to give back the man a chance where he had you for 18 years? And I said, I told Blazer last week, there are still communities in Jamaica that don't have electricity and running water. It's a fact. Let us not pretend. But aren't there improvements? Every time I hear Minister Vaz talk about rural lighting, electrification or something, they have made strides. So when I hear them come and complain, this road is bad. And again, I'm wondering how PNP really work out things in them brain, or them just talk. Because I can't see how you're going to come and say, me a 60 something. I'm living in this community and I'm over 40 odd years. This road is not fixed. And you want less government in a power for 40 years? But no, I used to hear Shaka Fame say this. Do it now. I know me not really hear him say it. Because in confused, you know, Shaka, me think say you're confused. Because at one point, he and Lyman say, the government now no money. And then one next point to come around and say the government need to spend the money. Another lie that has been told, and this is on TikTok, so I have to play this from TikTok. Or maybe we should have finished up. Let's finish up with Simon and his caller.
Pride was an immense failure, so let go of that. Yes, Colin. Hello.
How can over 50,000 people get land to buy, build them house and live there? You call it a failure?
50,000 PMP.
That's his
How did
50,000 comrade.
I think
Tell
he's
me
saying
another program.
I think he's talking about the end result.
And some of them get more than one piece of parcel and sell it back for more than 200%.
The end result is
Nah, call the name, you just say.
Their own home and their own land. That's the end result, you know. In the midway, some things might have gone wrong. But you can't throw the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah, you're a PMP thing?
The people who live in our Operation Pride.
In the midway, some things might have gone wrong, but it's still good. Just like FinSAC. FinSAC was a good thing.
Projects that have not
been
listen
to the PMP.
Will be completed.
Will be completed.
More people will be getting land.
And more people will be getting land.
The other thing, Simon, is early childhood education. Because if we look at this reading problem...
Stick him, Simon. Stick him.
Because it starts at early childhood education.
Before you go there, is there a cost associated with that program?
Which program?
The one that you're going to complete as it relates to land and giving away crown lands and so on.
Norma, remember, you know, it's people going by. So one of the things we said is that we are going to stop taking...
You're going to make the land available for purchase.
Right, and we are going to stop taking the $11.4 billion.
You're Colin Karakim, can you say people are going to get land, you know?
Buy one of those houses through the housing trust, the land portion will be also removed from your costs. Right?
But I will still own the land.
No, right, you own the land.
Okay,
so government is going to be giving crown land to the citizens. That's what it really is.
All right. You have 1 minute on the early childhood.
So the early childhood now, Simon, less than 30% of the teachers at the early childhood level are trained. We have to go for 100%.
I disagree.
Because, no, hold on, Simon.
At the early childhood.
The research has shown that the best time for a child to learn is between birth and 7 years old.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Now, you go to primary school when you're 6. So for that first period, that is where you need the expertise to ensure that when a child leaves...
But do you need a degree, Colin? You need a degree?
Not a degree. I never said a degree. I said trained.
Okay.
I never said a degree.
Okay.
We said trained. They must be trained.
I thought you said a degree.
No, they must be trained.
But trained to what level then?
Trained to even a certificate level. You must have some idea. So there are no certified ways to get a child to learn.
I can live with that.
So you must at least know the basic ways and also know
stick
how
him,
to
Simon,
detect
stick
issues
him.
from that early age. Because if the child have learning disability,
stick him or
that's when you want to detect that.
Yes.
So that is where we have to start. In fact, we have to take care of our baby mothers more.
Sick him, Simon, sick him.
So why we don't turn into a complete nanny state then? Why we don't
it's not a nanny state.
Yeah, man, that's a nanny state. We have to look after the mothers. We have to look after the father. We have to look after
hold on.
Come on, man. Somebody have to take responsibility.
You have to build a society, brother. And we have to build a society, and our greatest asset is our people.
Yeah, man.
And but hold on, Simon. You remember one time you see some blue nurse people are go around some nurse in some blue uniform going at the community where the babies.
Sick him, Simon. Sick him.
That's what we are talking about. So
we have clinics now. We have clinics, and the mothers must go to the clinic and see the clinician and make sure that them don't end up with this, that, and the other, and monitor them children.
No, but you have to have the follow-up, Simon.
Yeah, but the follow-up
you see one just a parenting is not something that just comes so. You have to help them.
But the follow-up is you take the child to the clinic, you weigh the child, you see whether the child is progressing in terms of weight, etc. All of these things. But Colin, you make it sound like these things are not in place.
No, they're not active anymore.
They're not active because the parents don't utilize them.
But Simon, what I'm saying to you, I don't want to stray from the point that our early childhood teachers need to have training. I need to be able to.
No, all right. I conceded. We accept that.
Right. So the final thing I want to say to you now.
No, man, you're done, Colin, man. You're mad. You're done now, man. We don't have no more time.
Final Simon
slaves. We can't keep talking about we want our own independence and we're not colonies anymore. And then as soon as we take a step forward, where the government if hold my hand, to help me walk to the clinic, to look after my own picnic. No, man, enough of that. Stand up straight.
Stand
Make
up straight.
yourself or avail yourself of the infrastructure that is there. Then tell me, say it's not good enough. But don't tell me that, oh, me never get no training. I never know how to do this.
And I government
when there are
fault.
clinics, when there are agencies that are supposed to support you. Tell me that they are failing you. But tell me that you have tried, first of all.
Well said, Simon. So, like I said, that segment of the show, I dubbed it Simon Say because that was basically a feature of Simon. And like I said, I was delighted because normally when we hear this on other radio stations, I hear that they are the government apologists. So let's see if comrades now are going to brand and bash Simon. Because I was a Simon, but Brad. Simon the business. Simon say anything come to him. But I think he was in his right mind last Friday. Yes. I think he was balanced. I think he was fair because him just need to have it. He wasn't having it from none of them. None of them. Now tell me why Shaka Fame want us to go back to the days of old. When you did have one little nurse a walk in one community and boy way baby and all of them something. Why? Why? Retrograde step, that's what that would be. And as Simon rightfully said, we have no clinics. We have private hospital to where enough people are go. Someone that work the early childhood, the parents are the biggest issue. Why? Me I go split ears pan this again, you know. Yeah, the split ears pan something else. I go split ears. No. And sorry. I wouldn't mind your call because why you know one call my show? You call everybody else. I don't know one call me. Why? See the number up on the screen. Why you know one call me? What do I call? But this is how I look at it. Saturday I had a joke at work. One of my co-workers sent a photo and said the customer said, "This must be an easy fix. It's just a fuse blown." The fuse, basically fire was in the disconnect area. The thing burn out and all of these things, right? And how the customer came to that conclusion is because they Googled it. Yeah, they Googled it. I had a similar experience 2 weeks before where this professional couldn't get the AC to work, call us out to come out, and before I even start my diagnostic, was happy to tell me that I don't think it's anything like, serious, anything where it should be a simple fix. Yeah. What determined? You decide to call out the professional. So why you decide that also? This is not nothing. I've had an engineer told me that before. I was working at a company before this one, not this one. And they sent me to check out. He had a rental property. Check out why his system, his furnace wasn't working. A matter of fact, he did some diagnostic and the blower wheel was working intermittently. So it would run and stop and run and stop. So I did my diagnostic and found out that the motor was damaged and there's something called a capacitor that was weak and all of that. Call him, quote him the price. Him said, no, I'm not pay that because he's an aeroplane engineer. So him can buy the part and put it himself. And I'm like, so sir, why would they still up on the phone, sir? If I something you can do, why would they, you diagnose the problem? So just basically confirm what it says. So why are we here? Now I say that to say, my viewer. Gone are the I shouldn't say gone are the days, but I've heard of cases where there were parents that them never know nothing while going to school. And is when you leave high school or whatever, you realize, say, I've heard it up to last week, say mommy couldn't read. But every evening when they come home, mommy would say, where is your homework? And sit down with one piece of whip or stick and say, do the homework. I heard somebody just last week saying it, sharing, and said them never know when they reach high school, them know so their mother couldn't read. Now, what is the point of bringing, and this is tying together, what is the point of me sending my son to do driver's ed class, pay me money and everything, but I still have to teach him to drive? Now, this is not just giving him practice. I still have to teach him to drive. That don't make no sense. And I'm saying this from a very informed position because I was in the classroom for almost 10 years. Yes. 9 years and 6 months to be exact. I was in the classroom. I taught at 2 schools. Music education, and this is why I think I stand on solid ground. Parents came to me and they say, I don't know nothing about music and this and that and making instrumental, whatever. And I say, no, that is not your duty. I am the music teacher. So I will teach your child music. So I hear teachers complain, and one of the institutions I was at for the longest, I like the method that they had. Because I went to school on this conveyor belt kind of thing. So you're in you're 7, you're in grade 1, you're 8, you're in grade 2, you're 9, you're in grade 3, you're 10, you're in grade 4, you're 11, you're in grade 5, you're 12. No, one of the school I taught at, the one I said, no, none of that. Every child that came to that school got an assessment. They assessed the child and saw where the child was at. And then they devised material to work specifically with that child. Or if the child was say, oh, them I left that school there and a grade 2 them did, what if that child was at the level of grade 3? Why keeping back that child at grade 2? And again, I'm saying all of this because I normally upset people from the profession, but because I have experience, I can talk. It no make no sense you care your pitney got doctor, but you for turn on and doctor your pitney. Likewise as a teacher. And again, I am standing on solid ground. My mother taught basic school. So at a level that the whole A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and them something there, and A, diddle, the cat, and the little stage, yes. My mother taught basic school. So I will not agree. Now, this is the part where I gotta agree with. I have 2 friends. And one of them was sharing that when she was on top of her child, and let me not even go gender specific because I don't want maybe people in here and what's that they may talk. When one of the friend was on top of her child to say you have to do good and whatever, the other one was saying she not stress out for her pitney. Because especially with maths hard and ray, and she have one uncle where a school in Maddy man, all kind of something. And the one that was so-called pressuring her child turn out good college and all of that. And let me not say what become of the other one. I believe that parents have a role to encourage and do all that is, because I've seen it. Me see Pitney walk come to school for the 9 years I was there and never ever see them parent. They not come at parent teachers meeting. Them don't know none of the Pitney them. Most of the kids them at downtown them see me and I call to me, hi Mr. Phillips. And I saw them parents know so me teach them. But I cannot blame parents to say it's your fault why your child is not learning. Because that means might as well, if me need to teach my Pitney, then me no need to send them to school. I believe, and this is it, can I try all from that saying, but I believe, say, me figure out what it go on. So, I want Rasta lady to tell me this. The qualification to go to a 6th form in Jamaica, any 6th form program, I don't know if it has changed, but back in the day when me know about, early 2000, the qualification to go to a 6th form was higher than that to go to most, if not all, of the teachers' college. So this is what the Rasta lady did say to me, and I will say this and without apology. From a certain time, the brightest set of people aren't becoming teachers. They're not going in the classroom. They're pushed to done engineer and blah, 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 of these things. So back in the day, people used to go into teaching, any profession, whether it's teaching, nursing, police, whatever, for the love of it. There are people now who them do the maths and them say, I don't really like the classroom. Watch when school get holiday. Watch when school get holiday this summer coming up. And when like the last 2 weeks before school start back, watch the post them on Instagram and Twitter and thing. Oh, I can't believe some are done already and thing I may have to go back in a class. Yo, most of the people them, can't say all. I would be very ignorant to say that. Most of who are in the classroom right now is not a love for the career. Some of them, it was the easiest thing to get in, just like some government work. It was the easiest thing to get in, so that passion is not there. I was told by a teacher in 9th grade, Port Antonio High School, that listen, you don't have to learn because I am getting my salary, whether I want to learn, yes or no. So that's why every time when it is placed on the table about pay teachers by performance, I was one of them who always put up my hand. But PMP said, no, you can't do that. You can't pay for performance. And then them have the gall no fear talk about the nation, children, this and that and whatever. And I use myself as a thing. Why prep school? And the prep school that I taught at, I can't ever tell you how much of those, the staff were actually college trained. So this whole thing about you have to be trained and you have to wear. I wasn't a trained teacher. I was like a specialist because I taught music. You know what I mean? But me, I say, why is it that prep school who don't have the trained teachers would be performing better than the government school? Again, as me I say, you just go through the thing, get your government job, and you don't really care. Because you get to blame the parents to say the parents not doing this and the parents not doing that. The parents' role is to make sure that them pitney go to school, and I think it's the teachers. Until we go back to the stages and ages where they are those who are in the classroom, they're in there because of love and not because it was the easiest path, the easiest thing to get into to get a paycheck. And what next match with them do is them work out how much holiday them I get. Trust me, Osh, if it hits you, then Osh. But it's just the truth. So them say, yeah, we get summer break, and then by the time we go to school, September, October, we have Eras midterm, and then we get Christmas break, and yeah. So that is part of the problem. Those most of who are in the classroom, no, they're not in the classroom because they want to be in the classroom. And that is what I think happened. Now it would be good if when, like I can tell you in my son's case, like he was always getting on a roll, and up to yesterday we were talking, and he said, boy, daddy, I don't know what it feels like if I'm not on the honor roll. Like, I don't know how would that function, like that would affect me. And me like, you know, so I don't really want you to think that way because the honor roll, yes, is a thing. You know, but when he tells me that, like, one of his lowest grade was 85, and it's because he never did turn in something yet or on time or something like that. Like, he's an overachiever. But that is not from me. That is his mother doing. Like, she did what she was supposed to do. Of course, if you ask me, which is better? When a child start kindergarten, they already can spell their name and read. And of course, I will say yes. But we know that things and time change. My parents never do algebra. So when me I go home and I do my algebra homework, I couldn't call my mom or my dad and ask them, can you help me with my algebra problem? Can you help me solve what is X? Yeah. So I believe, and I'm not bashing anybody. Be honest, DP. Prep school parents are involved. A lot of those kids are reading by 6. So, and yes, I would agree with that. But I know, even here in America, I know people who they make sure them pitney get tutoring. Poor people can't afford tutoring. Me used to burn out evening class. You know why? I remember getting chased from one classroom because I went to Bondo Primary. And grade 1, this is something I never like about the evening class. Something. They will not go all out. The teachers them. A long time I carry this teacher. I not even know me up in a classroom. A long time I burn out teacher. Me remember school, because them used to do that. Dismiss school, 2:30, and then evening class start around 2:45, whatever. And I remember one evening after school, I did like one girl, a grade 2 meeting, or grade 3, I remember. But I did like one girl, and fear parents could afford evening class. And I got the window. Now I go call her which teacher, because I don't know if she alive or dead yet. And I got the window. And the teacher see me at the window and chase me away. Only thing to find out that even the same government curriculum, the teachers government paid, they will all back or them now put out them best in a normal class and then complain about the class overpopulated and blah, 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 all of these things. And I say, yo, I never know that before, not one teacher. So after you get the job now, I just like some man, Them a look one woman and them see say the woman high maintenance and then see say the woman is a gold digger. Okay, you can just look on some people and judge them and know. Yeah. Once you see one woman where you not think she don't have a job, but her ear always do, and her nails them ray, and all of these things, yeah, high maintenance. You know what I'm saying? You don't take up such a woman now and then you go complain about, boy, I can't deal with her, because every day you want to live a nail shop. More I'm a nail tech friend, they make money. So you don't do that. Every day you want to go hairdresser and Brazilian ear. No, you take up the woman doing that stuff. No. Why you complain? So you know, say teachers not get much pay. But back to the point I was making. So the evening class thing to me was a scam. So they were already getting paid by the government. And trust me, I can tell you, because I did CXE after leaving high school, years after. And the effort that the teachers would teach evening class, CXE, the effort them put out, forget them the pass there. If they put out half of that into them day job, Jamaica pass rates would be better. And I'm telling you, it's just a mindset. It's like, I remember when I used to do videography and photography, when the people them pay me half of the money, I did a few people pay me in full. When me go do them wedding, it feel like I free me did I work for. Cause like me don't get that money there already and that day. I lie, me go say the money spent, but I lie. Anytime people used to give me them deposits, me not spend the deposit, me put it on, cause I'm like anything can come up. You understand? Man, I use the people the money and then no something got up, man, then we can't find the people the money to pay them back. But that's how it felt. Like you're already getting your pay, no matter what. Like I say, a teacher told us that in 9th grade at COMREADES, that listen, whether you learn or not, I'm getting my pay. So basically, they don't care. There is no mark to say, let's hold them at this standard. The budget for the Ministry of Education, majority of it is just salary. Are we getting our money's worth? Now you got here say they're not being paid properly. So that's why they must see greener pastors, blah, 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 all these things. But I believe, come out from a soapbox. So I believe that we won't improve our educational thing until if and when we can go back to that place where when you see one teacher in one classroom as somebody will have one passion from them a pitney, where them take them chalkboard or mark up them mother wall and something because them a teach them dolly and the broom and the map and all of these things. Until we go back to those days and not where somebody just say, you know what, all it needs is 5-6 to get into Case or Edna, not Edna, or GC Foster, or what the rest of people name? Sham Sharp, yeah. Yes, DP, we did have to pay for after school. Yeah, man, Tonet, me say, and the teacher them then used to chase you. Them not, once you don't pay your school, pay your evening class money, you can't stay up on the premises. Them chase you away. Because it was all about money. DP, do you know some of those kids in public infant school do not even know their government name? I am not saying teachers aren't a part of the problem, but to me, parents, but twins of twins, them did say, idiot people create idiot pitney. But I'm telling you again, some of the things that teachers are complaining about now, these issues come from way back. And I know teacher after going at them own a pocket for buy lunch for pitney. Them something come from way back. And I mention it. And I know you have parents where them themselves no know them can't spell the name and write them name. But them decide to listen, my pitney go come better than me, so I'm going to seek the help for them. You understand? And then we know part of the problem too is you have enough Jamaican man will breed the woman them and left them alone. So the woman have 3 pitney and then she meet one man and because she want the help, she breed for the man there too and the man drop that one and go more than business. So guess what? She have to wash people dirty clothes. So some of the time them are the bigger one have to wake up the next little one them to get them ready for go to school and then go to eat piece of bread or something like those are the reality. It still exists. But if a child doesn't know their government name, so is Poochie. That means that when that child come to school, when they're supposed to be learning phonics and whatever, them can't learn phonics because they don't know their government. I'm just saying, I think I have a bias. I'm not the right person to talk on this. I am going to stop because like I say, my take is, and again, I'm talking from a very informed position. I cannot expect Somebody call me because them AC is not working. And when me go them here, I ask them, say, so you did try that and you did try that and you tried that and you tried. No. I'm the professional. I'm there to fix your problem. So this is how I look at it. I love to use analogy. Every child is a problem. And the problem is they must learn. So when them going to the classroom, now when we think the problem like is, I remember Miss Cowie, she was my grade 4 teacher. And I remember Shaka Fame did have one talent competition, talent search, and I was one of the judge. Me, Miss Cowie, and Mr. Henry, he used to teach Happy Grove, and now he's a musician. Him tour with Dexter Daps and all of that. We three of us were, and I remember having a conversation, and Miss Cowie said, you know, say I've picked no left. I mean, now I call the school name because I don't really want to belittle nobody. But she said, you know that there are kids leaving that high school that can't read. And Mr. Miss Cowie tell. This was my grade 4 teacher. Yeah, Mr. tell. How is it possible for a child leave leave an high school and can't read? Make it make sense. But again, this conveyor belt thing what we have where you're 13, you're in a grade 7. 14, grade 8, 50. No, foolishness. So that is something that I wish the Ministry of Education would sort out. Because again, there are some traumas, there are some stress and all of them, something they were going. At one time I was listening to, I think it was a newscast, and they were talking about there are kids which that wasn't normal for me. There are kids where them grow up every single day and them hear rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. How them picking there for function at school? When them I wonder if they can get for sleep tonight. Yeah, the school bus is part of it. So again, we see even a rural MP trying to say the government, the JUTC is in the worst position it has ever been. So me I ask, Michael Phillips, you have a couple buses and taxi on the road. That is why you don't want rural Jamaica to get JUTC, and the entire Jamaica pay taxes where subsidize the JUTC, sir. You have a couple buses and some taxi. Declare it now, make we know. Else why else would you say? Now that the government decide that they're going to run with this thing to have dedicated school bus for our children, we don't have a problem with that. There were kids who them have to left, get up out of them bed. And again, personal thing, my son used to have to get up 4:30 a morning time when I go JC. 4:30 to get to JC. So how we expect them pitney there for function at the ultimate? Squeeze up in a thing. Worse or girl pitney them. Them have to pick and choose which taxi then going or which bus, because guess what? The sex offender registry is not published. So I don't know if you can go get license or road. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe a robot. But your little daughter going on one car and award the man an argument, the man put to a little 13-year-old. As Romain says, son dirty man. There are some challenges that our kids are going to school with. So we can't expect the whole of them just because you're 11, this is what you're supposed to can do. But again, as I said, I'm serious. I come off from my soapbox. Because I'm the wrong person to talk about that. Because as I say, I have a bias. I feel like when you send your children to school, the teachers are supposed to teach. But all the excuse that we hear is that they're not being paid, they're not being remunerated properly, which I can't go fix my AC and say, you're not paying me properly, so I just bitch it up for make it run. No. Because once I touch it, it's my responsibility. Anything happen to it, and me. Likewise, my company. Once we go on a call and touch a system, we basically married to the system there. That is what we need to get. And this is why I support the paid performance thing. So, but we can't just jump to paid performance. We have to set up this thing where we assess the children get assessed. Because it wouldn't be fair for you to say you're not paying this teacher because the people them can't perform, but again, the kids them have a couple of the issues that I mentioned, alluded to. See, when we make a program going on, I never do over there, so I forgot politics I'm supposed to talk about. Final clip I'm going to play tonight. So, Dr. Tufton has rubbished this lie. Because I used to wonder, I say, I've heard it. And some of the time, them, I'm not really sorry for politicians. You know why? Politicians allow the media to push them in one place. Once there's a groundbreaking, media ask when, well, Patricia did there a while ago, look how my number drop. They don't want to hear that. when this project is going to end and how much it's going to cost. So, long time, I heard a projection of 23, is it 23 billion? Yeah. And every program, you hear them on the PMP them. It start at 4 billion, and it gone at 9, then it go 16. And the minister was so right. It keep on flux. Every PMP we attack is a different billion figure you hear. So you hear 24. It was for I think the most prominent one was 24. I heard 24 million a lot. And then the minister said it must go up to 28. And them just put a figure to it. Now, this is what the minister had to say in Parliament in his budget presentation. Debunking
we now
the
have
lies.
to fix this government.
A good health minister debunks PNP's lies of cost overrun at
Opposition is not an
CMH.
innocent bystander in this regard, as they would like to now posture. Between 2004 and 2016, chronic inefficiencies plagued the hospital air conditioning system, stemming from poor and inadequate maintenance, poor planning, and inadequate evaluation of the challenge. By 2009, air quality issues emerged across multiple floors, which worsened by 2015, at which point the staff were being affected by chemical odors and contaminants. Mr. Speaker, it is they, for the most part, who neglected the problem from then, which led to the serious deterioration and which we now have to fix this government. We have to respond to the crisis. We had to, of collapse by building out a set of infrastructure to serve patients while shutting down the main building for repairs, all this while suspending renovation activities for 3 years to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. That's the context that they conveniently avoid. You know, Mr. Speaker, Cornwall Regional is like, just to kind of simplify it, it's like a jumbo jet flying over the Atlantic Ocean with 450 souls on board, because that was the occupancy level at the time. And there are some difficulties developed by the engine. And if you follow the opposition, based on their criticism of time, they would try to fix the engine at 36,000 feet, which would likely lead to the death of everybody. In our case, Mr. Speaker, we had to land the plane, disembark, find alternatives for those who were in the institution, and then took our time to address the problem in Cornwall Regional, Mr. Speaker. Now, let me just state categorically that I regret, and this is sincere, I regret the inconvenience caused by the time it has taken to reopen the Cornwall Regional. I am indeed sorry that a solution could not have been found earlier, and I genuinely say this. I, however, reject any notion that this was either deliberate or based on anything untoward. All efforts were made to do the right thing, and today we are doing the right thing, Mr. Speaker. I also reject this mischief that this price tag is based on some cost overruns. Let me just outline. The government has so far spent more than 9.4 billion on Cornwall Regional Project, not the 24 billion. As a matter of fact, every time I hear opposition member reference Cornwall Regional, they move the figure from 23 to 26 to 27. So let me just say, up to now, up to this point, we have spent $9.4 billion, 620 million on professional services, 5.8 billion on works, 235 million on medical equipment, 2.2 billion on the operation of temporary facilities, which needed to be put in place to deal with the persons who are in the facility and subsequent treatment of others, and close to 524 million on support services. This involved, by the way, to date, this is important for the record, Mr. Speaker, this involved some 35 contractors, as I understand it, with a procurement process that at times involved 5 to 7 months to reach a decision. The much talked about 23 billion price tag is a projection. Yes, it's by us, a projection, but we haven't spent it as yet. And we are not there yet. The narrative, therefore, of criticizing cost overrun based on a $24 billion is not only an exaggeration, it is a dishonest description of the challenge that we face at Cornwall Regional and the approach that we have taken.
The health minister debunks PNP's lies of...
And guess what? Can I tell you, I'm still seeing the lies. I post that on TikTok, and there are still people telling that lie that the government is wasting. I heard them building up a straw man the other day, saying that somebody is trying to fat up. And I was saying, no, sometimes I wonder if I really oversimplify things, you know. So we all know it's not a secret that the Cornwall Regional Hospital is not yet completed. We know that. Oh, they ought to the general need for go in and do investigation, and I'm like, them not look stupid now. Like, but guess what? No, you can't tell comrades this, because whosoever started the lies repeated it long enough, so you have people repeating it now. So if you talk to comrades, you're going to hear that the Cornwall Regional Hospital then should have lick it down and build a new one, and it would have cost 24 billion. And the government is saying, we haven't spent 24 billion. We're just at 9 point something. Oh, it did start at 4, so we reach at 9. And again, I'm not going to argue with nobody about indoor air quality, because you're not trained in that field. I am. I'm not going to argue with nobody about ventilation. I'm not going to argue with them, because guess what? I saw, and I'm going to paraphrase, because I remember it now. Bees don't waste no time convincing fly that honey is better than shite. Yeah. So me nah go. There's no way. I see somebody come on and I post the other day and say, me can't come back over a certain place because up to now me I still idiot. And I'm like, I cannot listen to somebody who, whether they have somebody as a guest or the person just calling, and they ask a question, and because their capacity to listen is limited or almost non-existent, they ask a question and they can't listen to the person answering the question. You know, you have some people where, again, and this go back to what I was talking about, the classroom. I know that there's no way I could start off my first class and start teach the scales and, you know, the minor scales, major scales, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't do that. First thing I had to get the kids interested in music, and maybe sometime I've done that. Just listen to different genres with my kids. That was a session. You know what I say? So you have some people and they're adults, as in they're past the age of 18, but their attention span is worse than a 5-year-old. So they will go around and especially when you come on to educated people, they have a problem listening to educated people. That's why them talk say, Dr. Clark, them can't see some people about Dr. Clark is the best thing we ever have and whatever, because Dr. Clark, him level where him talk pan was way above them. And they know that they cannot listen and learn nothing, because again, you can't know, like my good friend said a while ago, the kids don't even know them government name. So how you going to teach them algebra? Make it make sense. Them don't know them timetable, so how you going to teach them whatever. Yeah. You have to meet people of them there. So I hear some people complaining, oh, Senator Morgan don't answer question because what? Once you don't say yes or no, you're above their level. So them get confused. So if they ask a question and you start explaining, then they can't stick with it. So them blame you and say something is wrong with you. You can't answer question. Sir Morgan, continue doing a good job. Yeah? You're an adka or not going good. Beat them. Beat them. I feel like I want to close with Simon saying we blame the government for everything. Just turn it in. Shaka fame. Simon said turn it into a non-state.
We can't keep talking about we want our own independence and we're not colonies anymore. And then as soon as we take a step forward, where the government if hold my hand, to help me walk to the clinic, to look after my own picnic. No, man, enough of that. Stand up straight.
Stand up straight.
Yourself or avail yourself of the infrastructure that is there. Then tell me, say it's not good enough. But don't tell me that, oh, me never get no training. I never know how to do this. When there are clinics, when there are agencies that are supposed to support you. Tell me that they are failing you, but tell me that you have tried first of all.
Big speech this. In a time when there is a pending election, and like I say, Simon Kraskill, no matter what you say about me, I got always have respect for you. Cause long before me come in a media nothing. Yeah, you were there. You were once a part of RJR Communication Group, which I did a short stint there as well. And me nah go, there's no way I can say for make me disrespect you. Me nah go do that. Besides, you're an elder. You're a big man for me. Could have been my father. So, but me like when, as me say, you wake up on the right side and you put them in your place, them place. Cause you alone do it. When all John called with him foolishness. I remember a couple months ago, John called Simon. I said, Simon, 11 people died at KPH waiting for emergency surgery. And Simon says, where you get that from? The report? Oh, my sources. Simon said, listen, you can't come on radio, can't come say anything you want to say, you know. But until I hear it from an official, when Simon asked him again, because Simon said, yeah, me ask the minister, and the minister said, no go so. Him say, no, him can't reveal him sources, and how some people afraid of the government because of victimization and all of these things. So they're wicked and lie, see. But Mr. Gale said, and I'm going to put it on TikTok and also on YouTube so you guys can hear it for yourself. Dr. Gale said that Haiti is more peaceful than Jamaica. Yep. So with a 44 I was about to say degrees. So with a 44% decline in murder. I was about to say the PMP state. What a way Justice Minister put them in a them place. You know, hear him with Dan last week? So no, I don't need to cast no whatever on the civil servant group. Those civil servant group are exposing themselves. Well said, Minister Chuck. Well said. See, now it's a well sitting on the because the same thing where one of the comrade them it's a years back, Dr. Peter Phillips, want me come and say it now. And no, Jamaica is going to crash and burn because it's not a PMP suggestion. And is it that, you know, I left that alone. People, let me say thank you very much for those of you who find time out. Maybe, you know, you're busy doing something, but you have me in your ears. I do appreciate it. Such man say, una idiots, and in people them for listen to me. I'm sure if you try to listen to them, I don't know for the last 10 minutes, but it is what it is. But I'm still asking you guys, please don't just watch or listen. Can you please subscribe if you haven't subscribed? Also, please share the video. You can remix it, cut off pieces, whatever you want to do, I don't care. Just share the video, share the link, like, comment, even thumbs down if you want. It works. You can tell me about my mother. That's all right too. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, them say, I know where you eat the file, the word will come out of your mouth. So when I see people calling me all kind of something and whatever, I'm like, yeah, thanks for commenting. I mean, I would prefer to have all nice comments, but, you know, we can't tell people hopefully. But please do something. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and come back next week, Monday. If it's the will of the Father, I'll be right here to do it all over again. And trust me, the news cycle, I kind of like it. Half of when we did plan for talk about, I didn't, but I stuck to it because I wanted to do my Simon Say. And again, let me say big up to Simon Kraskill. He's on Power 106 Wednesday to Friday. And I'm so bracing to hear what kind of Simon we'll be getting this week. You know, more PMP is going to come and dig up the whole thing, say, Dr. Hollis tell the man himself to bury the gun. Cause, and like Anthony, he never hear the part for say, or better yet, turn them in. Again, you guys who consider to choose violence, I mean, you really help my taxpayer money when you decide to meet your maker than, you know, a judge, because we know there's a high possibility of you going before the judge and then get to come back out and do worse than you were in there for. So continue to make the right choice. And yeah, until then, if you can't be good people, please be careful. I'm Damian Phillips. You can follow me on all social. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on X and Facebook. VCR Radio is, remember, like me say, the real Caribbean radio. If you really want to hear some good juggling, go and follow them. Find the page. Just type in VCR Radio or Vibes Corner Radio. Andrew, big up yourself. Until then, if you can be good, please be careful.
DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just a habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Yeah, DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name.